Hey everyone, if you're looking for a Soapmaker 3 tutorial, I hope to help you with that. My name is Tammy. I'm the owner of Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. I have been on Soapmaker for about 3.5 years now, and I feel like I have a fairly decent grasp of how to use the program. Now, I am by no means saying I am an expert. I don't know everything, and I still learn a lot. Your best source of information is going to be that Facebook group, but to get you started, to help you, I just thought I would go and show you my software, show you my program and how I use it. And if that helps you, then I'm tickled. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have anything that I missed or a better way of doing something, feel free to leave that in the comments too. Like I said, I still learn all the time. I learn all the time from the Facebook group, so definitely join and be active in that. You'll learn a lot. But yeah, if you like this sort of video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, share on your social media so other people can find it, and subscribe. I will hope to do everything I can to help you, and if you have anything in particular you need to know, let me know and I will do what I can to bring a video to you for that. So let's get on with the videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, we're back, and now is almost kind of like that last stage before you can really just move past all of this inputting. We have our ingredients that we have in stock listed, and we have adjusted the amounts of those ingredients. Now we have to worry about the actual stock that's on our shelves. Soaps, lotions, lip balms, bath bombs, whatever it is you may have on your shelves, we want to now input those into the Soapmaker program. And there's a couple different ways to do it. I don't want to presume to tell you how to do it. I can only kind of show you how I did it, and then I can maybe give you some shortcuts for if it works for you to have a shortcut, go for it. So basically what we need to do, or what you need to decide, is are you going to enter in every recipe that you have on your shelves? So if you have 15 different scents of soap on your shelf, and those different soaps have different base oils or different additives, all of those good things, are you going to enter them in the software as they are on your shelf? The pro of doing that is because we took the time to really enter in our ingredients and the cost of each of those ingredients to us, then when you go to show a purchase, or a sale I should say, when you go to show a sale of that bar of soap, your profit margin is accurate because it's going to list how much that bar of soap cost you in the system, and it'll be so much more accurate that way. If you're not horribly concerned with putting every single item that's in that bar of soap into the recipe because you're not concerned about what that soap costs you, you're not concerned about your profit margin at this point, I mean, that's up to you. Personally, I did input the entire recipe into Soapmaker because it was important to me to know how much each bar of soap cost me and what my profits were when I went to go mark a sale. So it was really important to me. It's not going to be as daunting as you may think, especially if most of your base recipes are the same and you're just tweaking maybe the fragrance oil or maybe a different botanical that may be in there, something like that. All right, so let's just hop right in, okay? So to input a recipe, we're gonna go to My Recipes and we're gonna click New. So when you click New, it's asking you what type of recipe are we making? Bar soap, liquid soap, like a cream soap, or just anything that's not soap related. We're gonna work on bar soap. And here is a brand new soap recipe. So your first tab here is oils, and you can enter by amount, like how many ounces, or you can enter by percentage. I normally did ounces, so we're just going to go with it. So coconut oil, maybe 30 ounces. Olive, I'm just making something up, 30 ounces. Palm, 30 ounces. Almond, 10, and castor, 10. It's a big batch of soap. So you can kind of do this however you want. If you're kind of doing a shortcut where you are not really concerned about anything other than just getting the number of bars that you have on the shelf, you could probably just put whatever. You could put like coconut oil, 100%, and call it good, because you're never coming back to this recipe again, and you're not worried about the cost of this recipe. If you're worried about the cost and you want to keep track of that cost and profit margin and everything, then you'll need to put in your recipe as you made it. But one thing we don't have to worry about is lye. This is defaulting the what I have set up in the system. I'm not even going to look at this at this stage because it doesn't matter. This is already on the shelf. This recipe card is not going to be anything other than just me getting these bars on the shelf. So we're making a lavender soap. So I'm going to go down to fragrance oil, and let's go brambleberries lavender. And per my defaults on my preferences, I have my suggested fragrance amount at 5.5. I'm going to look at my recipe note though and say, well, I only used 5 ounces of fragrance oil, because I really want to have a real time, what is this costing me? What is my profit margin? Again, if you're not concerned about that, just put in whatever you want, because it won't matter if you're not that interested in those numbers. I don't do packaging for soap. And then this is saying I have 32 bars at 5 ounces. This is what this recipe is making me. And I'm just going to hit save, because that number has to be higher than the number that you have on your shelf. Okay, so if you're doing something like, this is 160 ounce total recipe weight, maybe you're only 50 ounce recipe weight. Really importantly, you just need to make sure that that number of bars is higher than what's on your shelf. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit save, and I'm going to save this recipe. It's going to save in the 2021 bar soap category, because that's where I'm at right now. And I'm just going to put test lavender and hit save. So you're not quite done at this point. And it was kind of a learning curve for me, that saving a recipe didn't necessarily mean that I had shown the system that I made the recipe. So we still have to go through the process of making the recipe. And it's just something you'll get in the habit of. I have so often thought I made a recipe because I hit save and I didn't. You have to click on make. When you're in here, really very important at this stage in the game is to take this and uncheck all. Right now, these are being deducted from the ingredient quantities that we just in the previous video adjusted. We weighed all of our ingredients and we got those accurate. We don't want to mess this up. So we are unchecking all. Very, very important. And so we're going to save batch. So I was in here a little while ago when I made the same recipe at 4 bars and realized I didn't have my mic on. So here I am again. But anyway, I'm just going to delete this. Up to you how you do this. Personally, I think I just inputted all of my recipes as I sat down and did them. But at one point when you're done doing all of your recipes, or if you have it in front of you right now, go ahead and do it right now. But you really don't have 32 bars made, right? Because you've sold some before Soapmaker 3. So you highlight the line and you hit edit, and you can say, well, I have 10 bars left, and hit save. Okay, so that is now an accurate portrayal of what you have on your shelf. You inputted your recipe and you made the batch and then you adjusted your quantity. The reason again is this is telling me that total material cost is $30 for that whole batch of soap, and then it cost me 95 cents to make each 5-ounce bar. If I had not entered the recipe as I had made it previous to Soapmaker 3, those numbers would be completely off. So it's really up to you how deep you want to get into this. So now that you've made the one, let's say you use the same basic recipe on every single batch of soap, tweaking it here or there. So I'm going to copy this. And now it's a copy of test. And so maybe this one was Holly Jolly. And maybe I added, I'm going to say, I know I added baobab fruit powder. I'm just throwing stuff out there. That changes the cost of my bar of soap. It changes the cost of my entire batch of soap. And yeah, now I'm good to go because I kind of basically use that same recipe. If I had used, instead of almond oil, maybe I used avocado oil in that recipe, then again, it's changing everything. It's changing my numbers, and now I can just save. What I'll do though is save as, I'm going to click on 2021 bar soap, and I'm going to change the name to Holly Jolly. Then I have to make it. And now I'm going to save the batch. Okay. It's telling me I have an excess. I just ignore that for now. Oh no. I saved that batch and I did not uncheck those ingredients. So now what that recipe has done is it pulled those ingredients out of my stock, and now my stock's off. Don't worry about it. Know you did it, but all you have to do is come in here, highlight Holly Jolly, and delete it. And it says this will permanently delete this batch number. And also, do you want to restore the original recipe ingredients to your supply stock? Yes. I'm just going to hit OK. The stock quantities have been restored and the batch was deleted successfully. And now I'm going to have to go back to Holly Jolly and make it again, and then make sure that I uncheck all, and then I can save my batch. And now I haven't removed stock and it's made, and I'm going to edit and I'm going to change this to 12 and save. Okay, so that's how you enter an ingredient, your stock. It's not that hard, especially with that whole copy and just redoing it and keep going. If you were to, let's see, let's do a non-soap, something easy. Let's say we have bath bombs. So I have a folder called bath bombs, and I'm going to do baking soda. And you may notice anything non-soap is defaulted to grams. So I'm going to do 500 grams of baking soda and citric acid, 250. And maybe, so on a non-soap, you don't have that extra tab, base oil versus additives. You just have ingredients. So now I can just go down here and do fragrance oil, and I'll just do black ice, and I'll do like 20 grams or something. Maybe 10, that seems high. Okay, and this bath bomb, it's also defaulting to 1 ounce portion. So I just know that this recipe made 5. And if you adjust it this way, this arrow will adjust your portion size amount. But say I know that every bath bomb was 5 ounces. I can say 5 ounces here. Let's say 3 ounces. So if every bath bomb was 3 ounces, I can adjust this arrow and it's going to say, well, this should make 8.
with 2.27 left over. So you can always adjust this on the fly. How many did this make? Maybe it made 7, 3.25. Yes, you have a lot of excess left over. We're not too concerned about this. We're shortcutting this. I know what it made. I know approximately what it weighed, and maybe I have a bigger your waist. So yeah, there it is. And now we can save this. And I would save this as, I have a bath bomb folder, bath bomb, and I'm going to do test bath bomb. Give it a name, whatever you want, and hit save, make, uncheck, and then, you know, one thing I didn't say is, I don't know if you watched the first video. In the first video or two, I talked about how I changed the date of every purchase to like June 1st, 2016 it was, I think, because that was when I purchased it. And I kind of knew at a glance that that was made before Soapmaker 3. I also did that on my made products, stock. If I didn't know the date, and I didn't always, with that other program that I was using on that website, I didn't always have that date. I would give it a dummy date for the year prior to when I started Soapmaker. I'm trying to remember. I honestly don't remember if I had the date on them, but I would change the date. I would definitely change the date. I didn't say that before. So when you hit make, uncheck, maybe come out here and say, okay, well, I made that on March 10th, and then save the batch. And it's going to show you that you made it on March 10th. It's also here, just in case you didn't see that, it's going to let you know when those are ready. 30 days. 30 days for the cure time. You can see I made a lemongrass soap and it's ready in 17 days. So it gives you when everything is ready. We need to adjust this because we made 7, but we only have 3 left. So we're going to adjust that. And there you go. So that's how you do it. It's really easy. It's not as daunting, especially with that whole copy. Just copy, 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 and just keep adding. Uncheck everything. Uncheck all your ingredients, you know, change the date, and just work. Don't try to do it all at once. I'm bad about that. I want everything done right away. If I get something started, I'm just, you know, I'll, you know, run myself into the ground trying to get it done. Take your time. Get it done right. Do the best you can. Make shortcuts if it's okay with you. If it makes sense to you to shortcut any of this, do it. No one here is in your shoes, and you do what you have to do to get it done. I don't begrudge that for anybody. So thanks for watching. We will get started on a new video soon. Anything you need to know, let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the content, and subscribe if you'd like to too. Appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to get started on a new video, so I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.